What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Blue and welcome to SimRail. Today I am going to show you how to start up, drive, and recover from an emergency stop in the ET25 Dragon. This is a fairly new electric locomotive commonly used for freight, but at the time of this recording there is no in-game tutorial for how to drive this train, and I'm really struggling to find any documentation in English, so hopefully this will make it easier for you. So the ET25 PKP Cargo, this is the electric locomotive here, got some coal wagons in the back, and if you want to hop in the driver's seat, you can just click on the 1 key on your keyboard, or like I do, you can walk up to the door, click on that door, and click on open the door. Now click on the opening and click enter through the door. And you could obviously do that same thing getting out, except this time we're gonna click on close the door. There we go. All right, so let's hop into the driver's seat by clicking on the driver's seat and hit sit down. I believe you can also press E key to get up and in and out of the driver's seat and walk around. Now to get this train started is actually extremely easy. I'm gonna click on the G key. That's going to help me hide and unhide my HUD. And over here is our cabin activation button. We need to activate this cab. Now what's gonna happen is we're gonna click on the cabin activation, drag it to the right to turn it on, and we're gonna hear a very loud and annoying alerter beep sound. What you're gonna wanna do is either reach over here to the right and click on the big yellow vigilance button, or you can just press the space bar if you're on a keyboard. So I'm gonna do that and cover your ears for just a second. There we go. And now that's shut up. So now what we need to do now is raise our pantographs. You see our screens are now on. Our pantographs are activated right around here. So we have a pantograph back and our pantograph front. All we need is the rear pantograph. So we'll raise the pantograph back by clicking on this and lifting it just like that. And you can see there, our rear pantograph is raising and connecting with the overhead. Once your pantograph is raised, we'll go to the third switch here next to the pantographs and click on close main switch. Now that's going to, you know, do circuit breaker stuff and whatnot. And now when you go to our light modes right here and switch it, rotate to the right, click on normal drive. You can actually hear the train now coming to life now that that main switch is now activated. And then we'll also just get some control panel lighting on here in case it's nighttime. We'll go over to our right side. It has a very interesting way that you can control the direction of travel. So you have your forward, your neutral, and your back. They're just buttons. So click on forward for, you know, basically reverse or forward. And then over to the left, we'll click on our ETCS switch. And then we'll go back to the right again, and we'll click on the service brake. This is our service brake handle. I'm going to click and drag that all the way to the front, and that is going to charge our brakes. You need to make sure you put it into the high flow charge your brakes, and make sure you watch that brake hose percentage go down to 0. You can also look at the gauge on the top there, as it's going to go down all the way to 0 as well. I personally wait till that one gets down to 0 before I let go. Remember, you have to click and hold it on the high flow charge. It will not stay there automatically. There it is, our brakes are fully charged, and our gauge there is now at 0. I can now let go of the service brake handle. You don't need to worry about the local brake. It's basically like an independent brake. This brake is only applied to this locomotive. The service brake is obviously applied to the entire length of the train. Now let's get our radio set up on the left. This here is our radio. To get it turned on is basically the big green check mark. Pretty easy. Green check button right there. Click on that. It's gonna make a sound. And now we need to do a check-in or radio check with the local dispatcher, which I'm not sure where the signal box is, but we'll go ahead and click on either ZEW1 or 3. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Send Yusuf to 245001 radio check.
This is Send Yusuf. I read you loud and clear.
Send Yusuf 245001 is ready.
Thank you. Wait for signal.
All right, he's already actually given us a signal. Our signal is right there, the green over the orange. You can also see on the top right of our screen in the HUD, we have a orange light. That means that we can approach and pass that signal, but be prepared to stop at the next one possibly. So basically a caution sign. Our speed limit is 120 kilometers and 1.65 kilometers from here. So that's not our current speed limit. Our current speed limit is shown here by the light, by the orange light of 40 kilometers, also shown on the bottom right of our screen here underneath our actual speed of 40 kilometers. So this train does have cruise control, which is pretty darn cool. I feel like it's cheating almost. It's just so easy. So this right here on the left is our cruise control handle. The handle to the right of that is our drive handle or our power handle. So 40 kilometers is a speed limit. So this is our speedometer here. If we click on our cruise control handle, you'll see that lime green dot kind of going around. So we want to move it until we see 40. So there's 40-ish. And now, no matter how much power we give the train, it will not exceed the cruise control handle's profile. All right. So that's simple as it is. So our brake here is released. Service brake is released. Our local brake is released. And now we have one more brake to release, and that is our spring brake. That's what this little icon right here means, is our spring brake needs to be released. And it's kind of sneaky. It's actually back here behind us, this yellow light. And just click on the yellow square right next to it to release the spring brake. So click on that. Here we go. Spring brake is now released. Our cruise speed is set. And now all we should need to do is apply power. And there we go. Now I want to show you guys something really quickly. If I go full like throttle, like 100%, you'll notice that our HUD here is freaking out. Our wheels are spinning, we're over torquing, things like that. So we just kind of bring it back. You don't really need that much. We have a bunch of empty wagons behind us, so we don't need a whole lot of power to get going. But there we go. So our drive handle is set, and it's going to stop us at around 40 kilometers an hour. We are, now passing that signal, and we're 10 kilometers, as it shows up here, 10 kilometers away from our next drive-through point. So that looks good. So 40 kilometers currently, and we'll get to go a bit faster here in just a little bit. But before then, I want to show you how to recover from an emergency stop, because it's definitely going to most likely happen to you. It happens to all of us, and it's actually much easier and simple than you think. So here in just a few seconds, I'm pretty sure it's going to try to do some type of alerter and that we need to acknowledge. And if we don't acknowledge it, it will automatically activate our emergency brakes. If the alerter comes on, you hear the ding, 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 or whatever sound it makes, all you need to do is click on this vigilance button or press the space bar to deactivate that and continue. So there it is. It's telling us, hey, I need you to acknowledge that you hear this, that you're here. We're going to ignore it. You can see now our brake hose is fully applying. Our train's going to come to a full stop. And I'm going to press the vigilance button now to kill it. It's so loud. I'm sorry for that if you're in headphones. It hurts me too. So now it's done that. Our brake hose is now fully applied, and we need to fix that. So the way that we basically fix it is we first change our drive handle or our power handle and go ahead and bring it back to 0, or even below 0 works even better in my opinion. So 0 is set there. Make sure you've already pressed that vigilance button, and that's basically all you need to do. And now we need to recharge our service brake. So I'm going to click and hold our service brake into the high flow charge position. You can now see our brake hose is now lowering in percentage. In a second you'll see the gauges going down as well, and once all that's done recharging, you should be able to pull away. Now let's see if that works. So again, I personally like to wait for the gauge to come down to 0 as well. You don't probably have to, but it's just what I do to be safe. There it is, 0. Brakes should be fully released. Our spring brake did not reactivate. It's still off. And now all we should have to do is apply power. And our setting for cruise control is still set, so don't need to worry about that at all. And that's pretty simple. There's no, lowering and bringing up the pantograph or resetting the circuit breakers. None of that is necessary at all. It's very simple, actually. I'm very thankful how simple it is to get it going. So there it is, guys. How to bring that back. How to start up and drive the Dragon. Obviously the brakes are as they are, so if you want to activate the brakes, you just drag this handle back There's our vigilance right there, and the same, you can use a local brake. So the brakes are pretty much self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into that. But we're rolling, and our speed limit is now 100. So we don't need to change our drive handle. All we need to do is change our cruise control and raise it up to 100 or so. I think this can only go like, I'm not sure how fast the top speed of the Dragon is, but we'll set to 100 for an example. And now you can see the train will automatically, using the force that you've given it, so 66 or 70% of throttle, it's going to speed up to that speed. Or it could also slow down if you lower it. So man, this game is so gorgeous. It really is. But hopefully this helps you. There's like little to no English documentation out there that I found at the time of this recording, so I really personally struggled to learn all the trains in SimRail. It's such a great game. It has so much potential. I love the multiplayer aspect of it, but I have personally not been able to really enjoy it because I just am struggling to learn how to drive these trains and understand the signals and dispatching and things like that. So hopefully this video helped you out. And yeah, let's go to outside view. Beautiful ET25. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful. Until next time, remember you have 3 choices: give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. I'm out.